So about 90% of people who have this neural pathway pain have a tendency to develop conditioned responses. Conditioned responses are when certain physical positions or activities become linked with the pain.
Standing seems to be a trigger.
It isn't the standing that's causing the pain.
Right.
It isn't the sitting that's causing the pain. These are all learned associations that your brain has come to interpret these positions as dangerous. We're going to teach your brain together that these things that you're interpreting are dangerous are actually safe. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
This is the hard part. You know, you're trying to introduce a new way of looking at pain to someone who's looked at it the same way for years. So I'll ask them questions to see if it reflects what we see a lot. Do you have a history of anxiety? Do you have pain in more than one place in your body? Do you think about the pain a lot? Do you have an enormous amount of fear around it? Are you preoccupied with your symptoms? All of these things are ways to teach their brain that this sensation that they're interpreting as dangerous is actually safe. You know, the part of the brain that we're trying to educate is not the logical part of the brain. It's the unconscious part of the brain. And even if logically they believe that there's nothing structurally wrong with them, we really need to sell it to this part of the brain that they don't necessarily have conscious control over. Once you get them on board, that's when, you know, you start doing the work. The relationship between sports and therapy for me is so integrated. The way I do therapy and the way I shoot a basketball very similarly.
So how have you been over the past few days?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good. Last 2 nights I've slept in the bed. I normally sleep in a chair.
You sleep in a chair?
I have for years.
Let's get you sleeping back in a bed.
That'd be nice.
You know...
Well, and based on our little breathing, you know, feel the breath instead of breathe.
Look what you just did. When you crossed your legs like that, that's an indication that on some unconscious level, there was like a little spike of fear.
I'm not doing these like crazy shots, like hook shots, layups, like fall away, whatever. I'm literally just practicing shooting the exact same way every time to kind of train my brain to do it.
Anxiety is like this giant roadblock. If you're able to regulate your anxiety, it opens you up to all kinds of feelings. And feelings inherently aren't bad. Even sadness, it's not bad.
It can be fun, but you're not out there to have fun. You're out there to learn a skill.
So what are you feeling right now as we're talking?
Now let's call it a sensation, and it feels hot.
Okay.
But it's not bothersome at all.
It's not pain.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Now I still have pain in my heel, and I noticed that.
Getting feedback from what's happening, trying to integrate with all of the information that you know, what's the best direction to go, what could happen if you do this, what could happen if you do that.
If you're, scared about something happening psychologically, your brain could mistake that as a physical threat, and that's when you could have either anxiety or pain. So if you end this study and you have no back pain and your anxiety is up here, we haven't done anything. I think you've really come a long way with regard to teaching your brain that these sensations are safe, but I think there are still some things that you're scared of. Standing, for instance.
Still.
Yeah. So what I want to try is see if we could have you stand up for short instances of time and just kind of practice. When you're ready, just stand up, and we're only going to have you do it for like 30 seconds at first.
Okay.
All right? The back pain is going to come up.
It already has.
It already has. Great. All right, we want it to, because this is an opportunity.
Your goal is to try to get the person a number of corrective experiences to teach their brain that the sensation is non-dangerous.
All we want you to do right now is see if you can just kind of practice paying attention to the physical sensation in your back, see what's going on, and now sit down again. Good. So what are you feeling in your back?
Sharp pain.
Okay. And was it scary for you?
Yes.
Were you relieved to sit down again?
Yes.
There's a process. Don't forget to bend your knees, use your legs. aim, follow through.
All right, so stand up again. And you're doing great. The pain's gonna come on,
Right.
but let the pain come on, because all we know is this is just a conditioned response. So right now, is there still some residual
Yes,
tension?
right under here.
Try it again. All right?
Yeah.
And this time, see if you can actually feel a little bit empowered.
It seems like you're just kind of like in the flow, but really what you're doing is you're making like 1,000 decisions.
And how are you feeling right now?
Fine.
Great. Okay, sit
I'm
back.
getting a little tense in the back,
That's
honestly.
okay.
I feel that.
That's good.
But it
That's-
wasn't pain.
It wasn't pain.
It wasn't
Yeah.
pain.
Let's try it again. I'll
We're
stand
doing,
up.
we're doing reps.
Yeah, we're doing reps. We're doing brain reps, neural pathway repetitions.
Just being so detail oriented, working on something over and over and over.
You've been standing for 3 straight minutes without moving, and you have no pain in your back.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, how do you get excited about stand? It's just...
You know, there are times when the pain is going to be really bad. And if you follow the process, you will get out of pain.
There have
Good.
been moments where, the pain will rise, but then again, I feel like I'm just saying, bring it.
Because you know that it isn't dangerous.
Yeah.
I know that you had a little bit of a setback.
I sat back that one day, and then...
Did it throw you back into a state of fear a little bit?
No, I don't think so.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
How's your back pain?
Totally fine.
What's going on?
I mean, not the best I could possibly feel.
You want to tell your brain it's safe, this is just temporary, you're going to be okay. Trust the process. If you train your brain to shoot the same way every time, it could be almost impossible to miss.